For this tutorial, we're going to focus on the grip shell. All right, this is the lower portion that you're going to customize to your liking. So there's a variety of different ways we can go about doing this, but there are a few common dimensions we want to stick to. To figure out our dimensions for this, I'm going to right click on my existing shell and I'm going to hide it. And we'll take a look at this assembly. So what do we have to match up with? Well, first things first, we need to match up with this part of the pen tip right here. All right. And this has a diameter, when I click on it, of 0.356 or 355, right around there. If I rotate this way, you'll see the other thing I have to make sure I fit up with is the inside of this center band. So if I select the inside of the center band, I can see that the diameter for that face is 0.436. Those are really the only two things I have to worry about, other than the fact that, the brass tube has to fit inside of it, which is going to dictate its length. So let's go ahead and we'll get started. So I'm going to create a new part studio. And just like before, I'm going to select my front view, start a new sketch, and then we'll go normal 2. I'm going to hit the P key on my keyboard to turn off all the planes. All right, I had a student, Drake, earlier this year showed me how to do that. That was a great tip. So now I'm going to go in here with my line tool. I'm going to start with a construction line, and I'm just going to drag out to make sure it's horizontal. All right, in this case, I'm going to set the distance to 2.375. That's the length of the brass tube that we're gluing this to. And here again, if you forgot to dimension it after you snapped and drew out your line, that's fine. We can always just come back up to the dimension tool, grab the line, and bring it down and key in our value. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start by going with my line tool. So F to fit. All right. There we go. Oh, hang on. Make sure we're normal too. Yeah, we're still normal. Okay, I'll zoom out a tiny bit. So with my line tool, no longer as construction line, now I'm doing object lines. I'm just going to come up from each side. And I want to make sure these are not the same size. So I'm going to go back to my line tool. L is the shortcut key for the line tool, by the way. So I just want 2 vertical lines. I don't want them to be the same size. And then I'm going to do one line that is not snapped to the midpoint, but anywhere else. Okay, and it's going to come straight across. Make sure it's a horizontal line. Okay, it's going to for the midpoint. I don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click it anywhere on this line here, and then I'm going to select my line and I'm going to set it for horizontal. H is the shortcut key for horizontal. I'll go to my M key on the keyboard, which is a shortcut for the trim tool, and I'll trim out this and this. So now I'm ready to start adding in some dimensions. All right, so I'm going to go to my dimension tool, letter D on the keyboard. It's a shortcut for that. Okay, my dimension tool. I'm going to dimension from here to the inside of this shell. All right, and this is going to be the same as the outer dimension for my brass tube. So in the last one, it was 0.138. That's our radial dimension. If you want to do this as a diameter, like we did in the last video, all right, you can go from here to there and then drag down past your center line, and you'll be able to see the full diametral dimension there. All right, so you'll see it's a diameter of 0.276 or a radius of 0.138. Next thing I want to do is I'm going to go from here to here. All right, and this is the diameter of the pen tip. Okay, so if we go back and look at what we got over here, we said that that has a diameter of 0.356. So let's go back to our part studio and we'll key in our diameter of 0.356. Now, the radial dimension for this, in case you want it, is from here to there, and that's a radius of 0.178, okay, which is exactly half. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go from here to this side, and I'm going to come down. I'm going to put in my diametral dimension. All right, the diametral dimension for this one, okay, if you recall, is going to be the same as the inside of here, and that's 0.436. All right, I'm going to add in just a little bit of tolerance, and what that means is I'm going to make this diameter just a little bit smaller. So this is 0.436. I'm going to make it 0.420. All right. The advantage there is that'll mean it has just a little bit of extra space to slip in underneath that center band. Okay. The radial dimension, in case you wanted it, okay, because you could be drawing and dimensioning by radius if you want. So the radial dimension for this point is 0.210. So now we have some choices to make, right? So if we look at this, I'm going to move some of my dimensions out here. There we go. Hopefully we haven't made this too confusing by dual dimensioning here. So now the choice is, do I want this to be convex? Do I want it to be concave? Or do I want it to be a linear taper? So if I want it to be convex or concave, I'm going to use my 3-point arc tool. I'm going to go from here to here, and then I'm going to drag this in or out to whatever radius I feel looks comfortable. All right, so you're going to be the one gripping this. So that gives me convex. If I want concave, I can drag it in. Give it some concave. Just be careful. If you make this part too thin, then it might split when you assemble your pen. So that's the one thing I try to warn people about. All right. And then the last option would be to do what's called a linear taper. All right. So instead of doing concave or convex, I'm going to delete that. And I'm just going to use a straight line that goes from the center band to the tip. All right. Once it's done, you know how to do a revolve from here. So you don't need any help with that. Then you're ready to export your step file and 3D print it. So here's what they look like. So if we come back in here, all right, you can see here we have what it looks like as convex. Here's what it looks like concave, and here's what the grip looks like as a linear taper. If you want to get silly, okay, you can play around with multiple arcs. All right, as you can see here, and this is what we sometimes refer to as a doctor grip. All right, so that's it for this one. Finish it up and then get ready to 3D print.